Do you like movies?
Yeah, but I was never like a cinephile as a kid. Like I had my favorites. Like I loved the movie Big. And I do remember in 7th grade, we got to do this program where you could like choose a profession and then you got to go do that job. And like there's a Pfizer pharmaceutical had like its headquarters in nearby town. It's like a lot of the kids went there to be chemists or scientists, and they got to go spend like 2 hours at Pfizer. There's a submarine military base. A lot of kids got to go onto the base and see what it's like to be in the Navy. And mine was, I want to work at a video rental store because I want to get paid just sit and watch movies all day. And they're like, all right, I guess we could organize that for you. And I remember going there and it was like this kid and he was like, yeah, I work the day shift. Nobody ever comes by. And I was like, what do we do? And he's like, we have to put away those movies. It took like 3 minutes. And I was like, now what do we do? And he's like, just wait for customers. So we just sat there and watched TV for like 8 hours. I was like, this is a job I could get into. But I don't think it was like like the Quentin Tarantino where he worked in a video store and studied film. I never had that.
Do you think that's part of the reason you were successful at it though? Because your style has always been so clearly original in so many ways. That's how it feels. It feels like you are, in fact, someone that didn't go to movie school, and that's why people resonate with it.
Yeah, I always say that like my filmmaking style is because I was never taught the right way to do it. So I was forced to find my own way to do it. And I think that kind of thinking is at the same time as sort of like consumer grade video creation became this ubiquitous thing with computers and editing software and cameras for the first time ever in the history of humanity. You could, in like the early 2000s, you could buy like a DV, digital video camera, and you could buy a computer and plug it in. You could edit your own videos. So my aspiration to make videos and this machine that let you do it, those happened at the exact same time. And because of that, I was forced to create my own style. Like my hard drive was 10 gigabytes. I could edit it was like 12 or 16 minutes of video before the hard drive was full. So no, I made really short videos, and that's why. It was like I didn't have a choice. I had to be a short video. But I do think, yeah, like the lack of formal education in that capacity forced me to be a different kind of filmmaker, or approach it differently anyway.
Do you look back, I'm so compelled by originality as like a subject and the power of originality, because when a couple of people in society or the world or business or creativity or movies take the risk of being original, the issue is they draw in and that originality is resonant. They draw in a big audience who then look up to them and almost confuse their admiration for that person with their aspirations for themselves and go, I will create like Casey. And that is the way to be successful. It's a very logical deduction, but it's clearly flawed because there can be no other Casey.
It's tremendously flawed. It's what I fucking hate about YouTube. I call this like the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. And I have to be very careful here. Jimmy's a genius.